Okay, first of all, who is Mwamy?
Mwamy, it's me. Mwamy is the name which I've been given by my parents. And it doesn't have any special meaning, by the way, but it's just my name. And I'm the owner and the founder of the Mwamy Green Veggie.
Tell me about your educational background.
Oh, well, I'm educated. I've got a degree in business administrations and marketing. So it will be so much fun. You ask me why business administration and becoming farmer. It's just like this is what I've been achieved for, and I've worked in many corporate businesses, and I got tired of it and I decided to be a farmer.
Why did you choose hydroponics instead of other methods of farming?
Why hydroponic? For me, being a bit of an educated woman, I wanted to do something different than what our parents and my parents were doing. So I traveled the world and I ended up being in Israel, and I saw the way they are doing farming in a very small piece of land, and the outcome was so big, and they were doing mostly hydroponic because of the land which they had. It's so small and it's so much economically. They are using very small piece of land, but the outcome was so big. So I said, this is what I have to come and do back home in Tanzania, and then here I am doing hydroponic.
Are you the only person, the only farmer or hydroponics farmer in Tanzania?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm the only one. There are people who did it before, like a practice, like something to try on, but they didn't go ahead. Maybe they were not having much more passion about it.
So if you want to start hydroponics, what exactly do you need?
Apart from a small piece of land, you need the technology. And the technology, you need the greenhouse, because everything has to be in the greenhouse. And the hydroponic, which I'm doing, is concerning using the pipes, not the floating. So you have to have the pipes, you have to have the greenhouse, you have to have the knowledge, the know-how. This is how you can start doing this kind of farming.
People think that farming is a poor man's business. Do you agree with them?
At first I used to, because the only people I saw them doing farming are old people. But now it's not. It's not. For me, I think I just have to tell my fellow Tanzanian, young people like me, when you do something when you are young, it's much more productive than when you're doing it when you are old. Because for me right now, I can run my market, I can run my farm, I can run everything. But once you are getting very much old, it's difficult for you. So farming, it's not for old people. Farming, it's for us. We have to start now. There is no much more employment there for everybody to go and sit in the offices. But farming, that I think the land, Africans, God gave us much more land. We've got much more land to do farming. And the good thing, people, they have to eat. Human beings have to eat. That's a very much advantage of farming. You never go hungry. So farming is for us, not for the old people, not for the poor people, for us.
Where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
I can see myself being all over the world. I want Mwamy Green to go all over the world, because now I'm only in Tanzania, but I want to start packing and selling and exporting all over the world. So I see myself going far, because I've got courage, I've got passion, and I can do it. I can do it.
Okay, let's look at some of the challenges that you're going through, being in this particular system of farming. What are some of the challenges that you go through every day?
There are challenges every day, but the challenge is not very much challenge. I can say there are much more opportunity. The challenge which was there before, we as African, we are not used to eat lettuce. Because my hydroponic, what I'm planting is only lettuce. Lettuce is some kind of salad, which you have to eat it raw. So as African, we like our vegetable cooked. So it was a bit of a challenge for me to introduce this kind of vegetable in the market, but now it's not, because most of Tanzania, they know how to take care of themselves, they know how to eat healthy. The other challenge, which it is still there, as I told you, is how to make the hydroponic, the equipment, the greenhouse, the pipes, the system. This is a bit of a challenge, because all of these things are quite expensive to get them here in Tanzania. Raju. So this is the nursery basically, and the nursery
Can I go there too?
Ali must keep it. The nursery to cheat on them so they can think like there's a sun and they grow. Okay, basically, how do I start? There's a nursery. That's where you're doing all the planting. All the planting starts in the nursery, and the plant stays in the nursery for 15 days. From the nursery, it goes to the primary. The primary stage, it's on the pipes, but the holes are a bit smaller than the ones on the secondary. On the primary, it stays there for 10 days, but this depends also with the weather. If it's too sunny, it stays there for 10 days. If it's not sun, like today, it's raining, so it can increase another 1 to 2 days. From the primary, it goes to the secondary stage. The secondary stage, as you could see, different from the primary, the holes are much bigger. And this is the last stage. It means the vegetable here, it's ready, the lettuce is ready to be sold. From here, it goes straight to the market. And my lettuce, if you could see them, they're soilless, like what I told you. You see, the roots are very much clean, and it's only the water. So if somebody buys...
So basically, you don't need soil to...
No soil. From the primary until the end, there's no soil. It's only water with nutrients which is passing on the pipes. About sustainability and economically, this kind of farming is really nice because the amount of piece of land I'm using, it's much more little than if I was doing the normal farming. And remember, there's no cultivation, no cutting trees, no spoiling the soil and the environment. This is kind of farming where is environmental free and environmental friendly because the space is so small. I'm not cutting any tree, I'm not cultivating any land, I'm not killing any kind of animal who is supposed to stay on the soil. So for this kind of farming, really we are saving a lot in what is happening right now in the world in terms of environmental. So I should put my voice, like if everybody can do this kind of farming instead of normal farming which we are doing, and save our world and save the environment, I think that is the thing I would say and I would emphasize to everybody doing farming right now.